Hello, everyone. This is Don Anders. As most of you know, the last day or two has been pretty complicated with the FRS changes and everything else. First off, I want to say thank you all for who've watched our video, who've shared our videos. We've had an overwhelmingly positive response. I'm glad I could be here to help. As most of you know, this is what we do pretty much every day is FRS for the last 16 plus years. So I'm glad that we could help and share in this kind of confusing time. Now, the purpose of this video is I want to go over the most frequently asked questions. We've had hundreds of responses via email and social media and everything else asking different questions. A lot of them are the same, some of them are different, but I'm going to go ahead and answer some of the most frequently asked questions about the new law changes, the 7B0 or 7B 7024 law changes that went into effect this week. The first question that we've gotten is from people who have already exited drop. And basically that question is, how does this impact me? How did the drop changes impact me? And the answer to that is very simply, they don't. Interest rates were set when you left, whatever they were. Some of you were at 6.5%, some of you were at 1.3. But as of now, there is no changes as far as drop or the pension that impact you, with one exception. The health insurance subsidy. So the $5 per year of service that you get for every year that you worked before you enter drop is now $7.50 per year of service. So that's a 50% increase in your health insurance subsidy payment. And you should start seeing that. We called the FRS, and based on their response, you should start seeing that starting your July pension check. So if you've already left, you will start seeing that increase. If you had $150, that was the cap before, you will now have $225 health insurance subsidy per month to help pay for your insurance. Remember, your health insurance subsidy pays for any insurance. You don't have to stay with your employer insurance. You can have Medicare, you can have TRICARE, you can have whoever your own private insurance. As long as you have insurance, that will keep coming to you, whether you retired before July 1st, 2023 or after. That's what you'll get. $7.50 per month. We're going to go ahead and link the video up here if you want some more information on that. If you're already retired, go ahead and watch that video because that's the only one that applies to you. Now, the second most commonly asked question is, when does the interest rate start crediting? And if I'm already in drop, am I locked in at 1.3 or do I start getting the 4%? That's a very good question. So a lot of people are confused about the way drop works, what it is. Very simply, and we explain this in all of our videos, drop is your pension check paid into a trust fund over that period of time. Traditionally, it's been 60 months. Now it's 8 years. Congratulations. Some of you, it's up to 10 if you want to. So the interest rate, your money goes into that account and it's sitting there in a trust fund, in a fund for you. And it all sits there. And before it was 6.5%. Then in July of 2011, that went down to 1.3%. I'm sure most of you know that. Now, July of 2023, that's going up to 4%. So any money that's sitting there after that period will earn that 2%. So if your account, let's say you have $100,000, right? I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm going to do a video on the breakdown, compound interest, what it really means for most of you. I'll put some numbers in there. But just know for most of you, that interest rate starts as of July 1st, 2023. So if you have, let's say, $100,000 in the account, and I'm not even going to get into the contributions right now because that's too complicated, but let's say you stay 6 months after July of 2023, well, half a year at 4%, right? Because that's a 4% annual interest rate is 2%. If you have 100 grand, you'll get $2,000 of interest, as opposed to before it was 1.3%. So you would have earned $650. So it's an increase, probably not as drastic as most of you think. I mean, it might equal a few $1,000s, maybe more depending on how much is in your drop account. But it is a increase. You know, a few $1,000s can go a long way in retirement. It's not chump change, so it can make a big difference. But it's for money that's there after July 1st of 2023. Okay, so the money that was there before, it's earned 1%. Right now, it's going to earn 4 moving forward. So that's good. But remember, moving forward. So if you exited in June, you earned 1.3 the whole time. If you exit in July, then you'll earn that 4% annual interest rate divided by 12. You'll get 1/12 of 4% for that month. Okay, so it's not a, some people are like, oh, well, where's my 4% bonus? That's not the way it works. So along the terms of interest rates, a lot of people want to know, well, what's my new drop amount, right? Some of you have that drop form that you have printed out. I know I have some clients who keep it laminated in their desk when they're having a rough day. They pull it out and look at it and go, ooh, 2 more months. If I stick it out 2 more months. So if you want an updated one of those sheets, we've heard different things from the FRS. We've heard different things. From what we're hearing, they're hoping to be able to send out updated drop projection sheets with the different months and the total payout as soon as July. And they will either mail it out, or if you have a login, an online portal login, they will put it on your online portal. So what I would say is look out for it. If you don't have it by the end of July, book an appointment with us. Let us know if that's what you need. And what we'll do is we'll do a conference call with the FRS and try to get an answer for you and try to get those sheets. And we can go from there. But I would give them at least to the end of July. There's a lot of people in drop. There's a lot of rule changes. So give them a little bit of time. You know, I know they've been bombarded today by our office and by you guys and by everyone else. So, but they'll get those projections out, and it is going to increase. It won't decrease. The last question that we've been getting is, okay, so I know I want to go the full 8 years. What do I need to do to extend to 8 years? And so we're still a little unclear on that. I know the FRS said that they're doing a training and they're going to go, release some statements on there. But what I will do is I'll tell you the way it worked before, because school boards and other agencies have been extending for a long period of time. So the process before would be you would go to your supervisor, let them know that you want to extend drop. They would go to HR or their supervisor if needed, and they would get the approval, and then they would let you know what paperwork you need. So what I would do is, if you know that you want to extend, go ahead and let your supervisor or your HR or your payroll or whoever it is that you normally talk to about entering drop, let them know that you want to extend and have them get you whatever applicable paperwork there is. So we're not sure whether or not you're going to need to get approval, but in my opinion, it won't hurt to just go ahead and get the ball rolling. So if you know that you want to extend, then you can do that. Now, one more question. I said that was the last one, but kind of tied into this. Another question we're getting, because people aren't really used to the extensions, are, well, am I committing to working 3 more years, right? So if I submitted to work 3 more years, do I have to work all 8 years of drop because maybe I don't want to? The answer is no. The FRS isn't, they don't have golden handcuffs on you, so to speak. What they're doing is they're just saying, okay, well, you can work up to this much based on our rules, but you can retire whenever you want. Now, conversely, your employer, if you have a contract with your employer or you're an elected official or something like that, that might be different, right? So your employer might say, well, no, you have to finish out your contract or whatever it might be. We usually don't see that too often, but if that's your situation, then that supersedes the FRS. But the FRS is just saying, we don't care when you leave, you can work up to 8, or for instructional at school boards, 10 years and drop, and that's not an issue. So I hope this video is helpful. I hope you got some good information out of it. We've gotten a lot of great feedback, so I want to thank you all. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to go over different things, like I'm already working right now, it's in front of me, on how the FRS interest rate is going to change based on your monthly contributions or what's already there. We're also working on other videos on the updates. And as we hear from the FRS, which we're in touch with them pretty often, and we have people actually drop every week, let us know. We'll update it on here. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you need an appointment or if you want to talk to us directly, initial consultations are always complimentary. So if you want to talk to us, there's a link to our calendars where you can schedule an appointment below, complimentary. And then the last thing is, if you know anybody who might need this information, please send it to them. That's the biggest compliment we can get. We know that there's been a lot of sharing of the videos and a lot of great feedback, and we've got to meet some new people. So if you know anyone who might benefit from this, please share it with them. And that's it. So thank you all so much, and we will talk to you very soon, I'm sure. All right, bye.